Guys, we are back. The 16-year wait. We're done. So, back here, Snetterton, BEMSEE, Team Green, Senior on a 300 Ninja. So, last time we raced was 16 years ago, and we are back today. Do you want to see how it ended last time we raced? Here's the clip now. So yeah, that was me 16 years ago on the old Snetterton track on a Mini Twin SV, crashing on oil at the last corner. You might recognise the number 83 in that video. That was Danny Buchan, and he's now retired, and he's a TV presenter now, so that's how long that was ago. So this weekend, guys, we have got Friday practice today. It's looking a bit wet today, so yeah, that's not going to be great, but then we've got races. We've got qualifying, Saturday races and Sunday races. We've got 4 races in total. So yeah, Friday practice day. Looks like it's going to be wet, so it might be a bit pointless practice, because if it's going to be dry for the rest of the weekend, which fingers crossed it's looking like it's going to be, but we need to get some wet practice because we're going to do some more race meetings, and I've never ridden this bike in the wet. So we're all signed on, ready to go. We're in a garage, so let's go show you guys the bike. It might be raining today, but that is a very rare sight. No wind at Snetterton. Right, so we are probably about half an hour away now from first session of the weekend. Will has just put the wets in because, as you can see, yeah, it's wet. So it's going to be the first ever wet session out on the Ninja 300. Looking forward to it, actually. I think it's going to be loads of fun. I don't think there's going to be too many people out there. It's meant to be dry this afternoon, so yeah, it should be really good fun. So cheers to Will, he's putting the work in, and we'll be ready to go. And I'll have the onboard camera on so you can see how slow I am first time out in the wet on the 300.
Does anybody know what to do with pressures in these?
Just trying to find out. Right, first session in the wet, complete. Steady away, really, steady away. Right, so that is first session complete on the Ninja 300. As you can see, it is wet. It wasn't this wet for the first session. There were a few dry patches, to be honest with you, but a bit puddly in others. Now, it's just going to be fully wet for this second session. Don't think we're going to get a dry session today, which is unfortunate. But it is going to be dry Saturday and Sunday, so I'm just using this for practice in the future if we do more sessions. So yeah, it felt alright in that first session. It was proper steady away because I don't want to crash because it is going to be dry tomorrow. So yeah, really enjoying it. Being back on a big track at a race meeting is just great, isn't it? I mean, yeah, absolutely loving it. So we had to fit a new rain light at the last minute, and we've had to hardwire it in because our old one was a bit dim. So yeah, apart from that, bike's running mint. Right, so just had lunch now, preparing ourselves to go out for this afternoon sessions. It's still raining. I think this next session is probably going to be the wettest session we've had all day, and it's already been very wet. But we're constantly going quicker every session, not a million miles off the front to be fair. 2:44, Alfie's done a 2:41, so yeah, I'm mega happy with my performance in the wet. So it's all meaning for nothing really when you know it's going to be dry tomorrow and Sunday, but even though it is like a lake out there, as you've seen in the GoPro footage, pleased with how we're going. So yeah, it's not too bad. Enjoying my comeback, even though it is a lake. Hey ho! Yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. Try and not bin it. Save ourselves for the dry conditions tomorrow. And yeah, just keep having fun. I'm loving it. Problem is, I'm going to want to do this all the time, aren't I, guys? But we'll see. Speak to you later. That was quite possibly the wettest conditions I have ever rode in, guys. That was horrendous. Hopefully the GoPro picked that up. I went 10 seconds slower than I did this morning. I mean, the track is literally running like a river down the pit lane at the moment, so we're meant to have about another half an hour more of this, and then it's meant to be that's it then for the weekends, or until Saturday night. But we're not meant to have any more rain after that, so might sit this one out, do the last one when it won't be dry, but it won't be as wet as it is at the moment, so we'll see. I'll speak to you later, guys. Well, isn't this a lot better? Saturday morning. Beautiful. No more bloody sodden rain after yesterday. I mean, all season I've been waiting for it to be wet at a pit bike meeting, and 3 meetings this year that I've really not wanted it to be wet. Assen, Isle of Man, and the Friday practice here. It's been wet, but thank God it is gone now. So Saturday, Sunday, race days. What's the plan? So this morning we are straight into qualifying. No practice, no nothing, straight into qualifying, and it's only 10 minutes, so that's going to be fun. And then we got 2 races today, a warm-up tomorrow, and another 2 races today. So yeah, it's going to be a little hectic. The races are really short here at BEMSEE. They are only 5 laps, yes, 5 lap races, and we get 6 tomorrow. So they're proper little sprint races. Program's out now, so I can finally see what the opposition's like. I think there's 23 out of us there in total with juniors and seniors, and there are 8 seniors out there. So what's the plan? Be nice if we can get a podium. There is one really quick senior out there, Lewis Jones. I don't think we're going to get within a mile of him, but all the rest, you never know. We'll see. I think we got a chance of a podium, but like I said, it is my first big bike race meeting back in 16 years. So that'd be really good if we can get on the podium. If not, we're just going to enjoy the day. My best round here is a 2 minutes 22. If we can get in the teens this weekend, get to a 2 minute 19, I'll be really happy with that. So Will is now sticking the dry tyres in. We just left the wheels out last night just to be safe. He's now sticking them in. Wendy's going to arrive in a bit, so she'll have the camera in her hand plenty. Yeah, we're just gonna really enjoy the day, see how we get on. Speak to you guys. We'll speak to you guys after qualifying. Unlike pit bikes where I'm rushing around, because obviously I work for Fab, doing media stuff today. It's literally just riding. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. I might even get out on my levers. Yesterday I actually ate food, so if you actually see me on race meetings, I normally go a whole day without eating. Yesterday I actually had lunch, so I'm a lot more chilled here than I am at a pit bike meeting. But yeah, see how we go on. Speak to you guys later. Dry tyres now in, Will?
Yeah, very much so.
Gave her a good clean last night. She looks good. She's ready to go. There we go.
Come on, keep going. Where are they? 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. First qualifying on a big bike in 16 years.
You nervous?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit nervous.
All that in there?
Right guys, so that is qualifying done. It didn't go too bad, to be honest with you. So we're 13th out of everyone and 3rd in class, so it's not too bad. I was hoping to be a bit higher up overall. The lap, my quickest lap, I did make some mistakes. I think possibly could be about 5 positions higher, but I couldn't complain. Had a pretty clean track, got a good tow off some people ahead, so couldn't moan with that. Yeah, so I'm literally in the middle of the group, so it's going to be an interesting race. I'm going to be battling with juniors. There's one senior. I could get up to second in the seniors. I ain't going to win. Lewis Jones he's fighting at the top with the top juniors, so I ain't going to get anywhere near the win, but possibility we could get second in the seniors. So it's a very short race, only 5 laps, so it's going to be very quick. It's going to be done just like that. So yeah, looking forward to my first big bike race in 16 years. So let's do this. The long wait is over. Race 1. I'm really nervous now, I'm not going to lie. Just for the start, my starts weren't great yesterday, my practice start, so I can get off the line well, but getting through the gears with a quick shifter is a bit tricky. So, got to remember to go down, don't go up. So, get off the line and I'll be totally alright. And try and set a good lap time, because the lap time from this race is where we start on the grid for the second one, so it'd be nice to move up some rows on the grid. Right, so here we are guys in the holding area here at Snetterton, ready for race 1 Saturday. You sit in this holding area and then go straight out onto the grid, where you go straight onto your warm-up lap. Here I am now going onto the grid for the warm-up lap. Now guys, this is... I'm going to put it down to nerves, but this was a stupid mistake I made. So I lined up to go onto the grid, and I thought I was in road shift, so I clicked my gears all the way down and somehow managed to pull away on the warm-up lap here in 6th gear. God knows how I managed to do that. As you can see, absolutely everyone flies past me like I'm barely moving. Well, I am barely moving, and I slowly get it up to speed. So yeah, that didn't help the nerves at all, but we go onto the warm-up lap and I make sure that I actually go all the way up the gears and have it in first this time. So here we go, man running off the line, red lights out, and as you can see this time it still isn't a great start. As you can see, loads of people overtaking me. I'm pretty much going to the back of the Ninja class now, or the Kawasaki class. And once again, my first corner isn't too bad. I don't get any more overtakes done on me as we head down into the first hairpin. You can see I've got a few seniors there, the one in the yellow and the one in the white, so I managed to gain a position and lose a position here. So yeah, not the greatest start to my first race, losing quite a few positions into those first few turns, but it's time to start working it back. So currently at this second, I'm 4th in the senior class. The guy in yellow here is in the seniors, and I think we do get him up the inside into the hairpin here, which we do. And now it's all about just settling into the race, seeing if I can gain any of those positions back I've lost off the start. Here we are going on at the back straight for the first time. We've got Billy in front of me here, and as you can see we get a nice run onto that back straight, and we managed to get him going down the back straight as we're just about to brake underneath the bridge. As you can see, because of the bad start in the first few corners, we've got a bit of time to make up now, but you can see there's a rather large group ahead of us that hopefully, or I was hoping that I could get on the back of, but obviously these races only being 5 laps, if you muck up those first few corners, you're giving yourself a lot of hard work. So we're now on the final lap of the race, and nothing's much happened on the previous 2 or 3 laps, but as you can see here, we've managed to catch Chloe up going into the last lap now, to try and gain another position. As you can see, that big group ahead of us is not far, but we've left it too late now, and there we go. We managed to get Chloe coming out of the left-hander, turn 4, and that gained us that extra position, but yeah, we're slowly catching Chloe all race, and made a tidy move. She did try and lunge back up the inside me here, you can't quite see it, but she couldn't quite make it stick. So yeah, and that's where we finished the race. So here you can see us now crossing the line to complete my first Team Green senior race at Snetterton. Right guys, so that was race 1 done. Apart from getting a really bad start, went really well to be fair. We got 3rd overall, so we got a podium in the seniors, well happy with that. And we gained 2 positions in the main race. We come 11th from starting 13th on the grid. And yeah, really happy. Started 13th again for the second race, so haven't moved position on the grid. Hopefully we can get a bit better start. On the warm-up lap, I think I started in 6th gear. I forgot I was in race shift, and I went all the way up the gearbox, or down the gearbox? Down the gearbox, and I was in 6th. So I didn't get to do a practice start on the warm-up lap, and yeah, hope fingers crossed can do a lot better, because I had to get a lot of positions back on the first few corners, which lost me time really, but the times are really close. From 5th to about 18th place, there's only a second in the time, so fingers crossed we can get closer to the front of that group. Second in the seniors are still on, we can still do it. He only did a 2:23 and I did a 2:24, so we can still do it. I shall speak to you guys later on. Right, so race 2, aim for this one, top 10 overall, and see if we get maybe a little closer to second in the seniors. It's very close in the mid-pack, so fingers crossed we can gain some positions. We started 13th on the grid again, so it's all about getting a better start, because the first one was shit. So let's do this. Right, so here we go guys, race 2 on Saturday, red lights on, red lights off. I'm not going to lie, I do get a tan on jump start here. So you can see Alfie has a bit of a mare, he goes backwards. Got a good launch, not brilliant, but it was a lot better than the first one. Billy gets us there, and then we can see Ben, who is one of the seniors in my class, also getting me around the outside. So not a very good first corner really. Bit of a pussy, and it gets even worse now, because as we see here, Alfie dive bombs me going into this first corner, and then coming out of here I thought it would be a good idea to try and line up and get Ben into round the outside into turn 3, which really doesn't work and allows someone to go up the inside of both of us. So I make these first 3 corners just an absolute mess for myself, and to be honest with you, I never really got into the rhythm of the race until about lap 3. We do eventually get Ben into turn 4 here. But by then it's I'm just not got into the groove, and I let this big group ahead of us get away now. So yeah, really just mucks up the race a bit, but it's my own fault. I've got to be more aggressive and just get into the race a lot quicker. Going into the hairpin for the second time, we will see Harry now absolutely send it up the inside of me, pushing me out the way, and yeah, very cheeky of him, but it was clean, it was on the edge, but it was clean. And to be fair, he went and gained on this second group really quickly. This is Harry's first weekend on the Ninjas, coming from O'Varley's, and yeah, he sent it. He came right through, and unfortunately later in the race he does get a puncture, but he does manage to nurse it home and still get a half decent result. So we're on the penultimate nap now. As you can see, we've managed to catch up Chloe again, and we have a good little battle. I have a few lunges at her that I couldn't quite make stick, but we eventually do get her going onto the corner, going onto the back straight here, where I felt this was probably my strongest part of the track. I always seem to get good drive out of this corner. As you can see, we just tuck up at the inside and manage to get past her. If you do look really far into the distance, guys, you can really see that big group that goes all the way to 5th place. That's where I should be if I can pull my finger out on the first few corners. So yeah, it's a real shame, because I wish I was able to see him go under the bridge there. Just need to be a bit more ruthless on those first few corners, but you can see him all going through in the picture there. And there we are, crossing the line for race 2 on Saturday. Much the same as the first one, just not good enough on the first lap, unfortunately. And when they're only 5-lap races, you're just giving yourself too much work to do. So something I needed to have a good think about Saturday night, ready for Sunday's races. Right guys, so that was race 2 from today. 14th, so I actually came worse off. Once again, had a really good battle. I'm just a little bit off the fast group. I actually went quicker than the person who came 6th place in the race, and I came 14th. So I actually moved up a few places on the grid tomorrow. We're up to 11th on the grid, and we are 1 place behind the next senior. So we're in for the battle for second in the seniors tomorrow. But yeah, my launch was actually better today. I actually got a pretty good start. Problem is, I was such a bloody pussy on the first few corners. So turn 1 and turn 2 I just lost, and turn 3 I just lost so many places. But yeah, it is what it is. Set a good lap time. Actually went slower than race 1, but it was so windy that race, no one went quick. So fingers crossed tomorrow it won't be as windy and we can get our lap times down. I still haven't gone quicker than what I did on the track days here a couple of months ago, but there was no wind then. So yeah, but we got 3rd in class again, so we're going to win 2 medals and some hats as well. So I'm looking forward to collecting them at presentation in a bit. I'll get Wendy to film that. But yeah, had an amazing day back on the big bike after 16 years, after that massive high side that you saw in the first clip from 16 years ago. It's been, yeah, mega fun. I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow. Another 2 races. Weather's going to be better tomorrow. It's going to be sunnier. It's going to be nice. Can't wait. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow and you'll just see the presentation in a sec.
Okay, Team Green Seniors then. Same result for both races, with Jamie King in 3rd, Michael Stone in 2nd, and your winner both times out, Lewis Jones.
Try to be positive. Try. Best of luck is my wishes. Hey, Scotty.
John, would you like to present over here? Because you have a bit of riding today for it, but do you ever any podium?
Very pretty.
Spot prize to you too.
He's come back.
No, I
He's got
did
the arm,
the
he's
wrong way.
I'll be honest with you, the bronze one actually looks the best.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I want a silver one tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Sunday here from Snetterton. It's nice and sunny this morning, but still is wet from last night's downpour, so probably going to miss morning warm-up. Today then we've just got 2 races, and after setting a good lap time in yesterday's race, we are up to 11th on the grid, so we are next door to the next senior, so fingers crossed we can get a silver medal today, but we've got to work on the start and our first few corners, so that is the aim for today. So the 2 targets for today is to get a top 10 overall and try and get a second in class. If we can do that, top weekend. It already has been a top weekend. I mean, just coming back and racing big bikes again, it's been amazing. I think 16 years ago, if you told me 16 years ago, that's it, that's your last meeting, you're never going to race on a big track again, I would have thought, nah, we'll do it sooner than this. So it has been a hell of a long wait, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully there's going to be more to come. We are going to try and do the last round at Donington, and next season I'd like to do more. I'd love to do Cadwell next year, but as you can imagine, even though Will has very kindly lent me this bike to use, it's still extremely expensive. I'll be doing, like I said, doing a separate video talking about the cost difference between going mini bike racing and between doing this. It is a lot. So yeah, I'll speak to you guys later after race 1.
How you feeling?
Nervous, as always, but I'm more nervous now because I want to hit the targets that I'm setting, and that's the top 10 and come second in the seniors. But it's all going to be on those first few corners. Let's see if we can do it. Just got to get our elbows out. Right, so here we go then, race 3. Let's see if we can do any better this time. Lights out, big wheelie there by Billy. Once again, start absolutely rubbish. As you can see, we're just getting swallowed up here by everyone. And my first corner isn't a lot better either. Someone in the orange here going a bit kamikaze, running a few people wide. Yeah, heading down into turn 2 now. I think we may gain some positions yet. We go around the outside of Harry here, nearly running into this back of this young lad in the orange, but yeah, not too bad. Turn 2 here, as you can see, we're straight on the back of Chloe this time, where in the previous 2 races we've had to close a gap on her, but by turn 3 we're right on the back. I made a mistake here. I came out in too high a gear, and as you can see, it lost me another position, so weren't quite perfect. But yeah, I've really got to work on these first few corners in races. It is my first race meeting back, so maybe I'm being a bit hard on myself, but yeah, I've just got to work on it, because at the moment I'm making way too many mistakes.
And the man who hit about 100 people.
So towards the end of the first lap here, we try and get Chloe going round Corum's. Try one attempt, and then I try a second attempt, but she just manages to close me off, and then that makes us both lose a position to Harry, who gets us into the final corner. So yeah, losing a bit of time there, and then that just causes me to lose time all the way down the back straight. So yeah, I think I nearly get Harry back going into the first corner, because I think he lost a lot of time coming out of the last corner making that move, but he was a bit better on the brakes than me here, as you can see, and manages to hold me off. So on lap 2, we managed to get a run on Chloe going into turn 4, and we managed to outbrake her going into the left, and then hoping now that we can get on the back of Harry and follow him up once again to that big group which I was in. I think you're starting to see a pattern in all these races, guys. So yeah, it was all about, for the rest of this race, trying to chase down that. We managed to catch one of them up. This is Billy, that I've raced against in Moto Team before, but to be fair, it looks like he's having bike problems. So I don't think we caught him because of speed. I think that was generally down to it looks like he was having bike problems. It didn't sound like it was running right when I went past. So that's coming across the line for race 3. Much the same as the other two, really, just first laps not quick enough. As you can see, you can just see the group ahead that I would have liked to have been with. Try again in race 4. Right, so that was race 3 done. Pretty much the same as race 2, really. It's just my starts and my first lap. It's not good enough, guys. Once again, set a really good lap time. We're actually a place back further on the grid, but we are ahead of second place senior. So at the moment, we're on for a second place, but he will get me off the line and on the first lap. That is no doubt. But hopefully, we don't lose too much of a gap on him, and later in the race, maybe go with him and maybe get an overtake him. But we'll see. I'm just really struggling off the line. So yeah, final race. Now getting ready for it. Fingers crossed we can get a silver medal along with the 3 bronze ones we've got. We'll see. Also, it'd be really nice if we can get in the 22s. We've got down to the 23-1 then, so if we can get in the 22s, that will be absolutely mega. I'll speak to you guys at the end of the day. Right, race 4, final one of the day. I won that second in the seniors. I won a 22. Can we do it? Let's find out. It's going to be tough, it always is, but just got to get those first 2 corners a fucking lot better. Let's do this. Right, so here we go, guys. Race 4. Red lights on, red lights off, and I don't know how I managed it, but this was the worst start of all of them. I tried to make a change this run and clutch up the first few gears to get the horrible quick shifter problem we've been having off the lines, and it didn't work. We were pretty much last going into the first corner. Gained 1 back. We've got 2 seniors ahead of us here, and I think we do manage to get one of them into the hairpin and then one on the way out. Yeah, so I think we get Ben on the way out. Yes, we do. So we gained some positions back, but we've already lost too much time, really, going into turn 3. So we're trying to work our way through the field. George here from the Isle of Man, I think he's trying to cut it tight to get underneath Chloe, and unfortunately the rear steps out and comes round on him, and unfortunately has a little crash. We did have to back out the throttle a bit, so that was a bit more time we lost, unfortunately. So as you can see, we've got Chloe ahead of us, and we've now got to try and close down that gap. Come out of the bridge here, you can see the person in the orange having a little moment there, running onto the grass, which gives us a nice opportunity to move up another position as we go into quorums. Going on to the start of lap 3, we get a good run on Chloe coming out of turn 3, and we managed to outbrake her going into turn 4. And once again, guys, look what you can see up ahead, that big group, but it is a little closer than it has been in previous races. We're just at the halfway point of this race, so there is a little opportunity that we might be able to close the gap, but it's still probably about a 3-second gap. You can see them all ahead there. So this is going on to lap 4, and this is actually the fastest lap I set all weekend. So this is a 2-minute 22.7, so I'll let you guys just sit and watch this full lap. As you can see in that lap, we were just inching closer and closer to that group. Once again, you can see them just in the distance there, probably the closest I've been to them all weekend. And on this last lap, we managed just to catch one of the people who was on the back of that group, and I thought, I've got to make a move on this last lap. So round quorums, I set myself up to go round the inside, to be on the inside for the last corner, which we do lovely into this final corner. But unfortunately, because I went in a lot quicker than I'd gone all weekend, I tried to close him off, but it weren't going to happen, and he managed to out-drag me to the line. But we did set our fastest lap of the weekend in that final race, so it was a nice way to round off the weekend. It was just unfortunate that we couldn't get our starts and our first few corners right, but it was our first weekend racing, so I was happy with my performances, and fingers crossed we're going to get loads more of opportunities to try and improve. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the weekend, and as you can see, we're not far off being in that top 5 battle, which is just ahead of us there, so fingers crossed we can do that next time. Right guys, so that was my comeback after 16 years away here at Snetterton for the BEMSEE Championship. As you saw at the start of the video, last time I was racing for BEMSEE, I was high-siding out of that corner there. Today went a lot more successful. We didn't do any of that today. So we got 3 third places in class, and I think it was like 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th in the races. The last one was actually the best. I got onto the back of the group and overtook one but unfortunately he got me to the line. You'll see that in all the GoPro footage. So yeah, all I've got to work on is my first lap pace and getting it off the line. At the moment, I don't know if it's me or it's the bike. I'm hoping it's the bike, but Alfie's going to give it a go up Ella and we'll find out. So yeah, mega happy to be back. I've had an absolutely brilliant weekend. A massive thank you to Will, the team boss, because without that I wouldn't have been able to do it. It was an expensive weekend, but without Will I wouldn't have been able to do it at all. Alfie was obviously in the same class as me today, but in the junior category, and yeah, a positive weekend. All 4 races went really smoothly this weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty smooth. Apart from race 2 yesterday, where I didn't quite get off the line.
I nearly had you.
Yeah,
and my starts are bad.
Yeah, we had to fit a new clutch and stuff like that, but yeah, it was a pretty positive weekend. I mean, my goal today was there was the front runners and there was just like a huge group of people,
and you held them off.
Yeah, I wanted to make just a little bit of a gap, and luckily on the last lap of the last race I managed to get a pretty decent gap.
So what time did you set today then? I was 2:22. Did you get a 20?
I think I did a 2:21.5 or something like that. Yeah.
There's not been a lot between, so that just shows if I could get it off the line, we'd be very close to each other.
Yeah.
Right, never mind. So yeah, we both had a good weekend. We got some good wet practice on Friday. Well, it was more than wet. That was more like swimming than...
Yeah, that was really
that was really wet. If there are any very kind souls, because I fell in love doing this now, if there's any kind souls that would like to sponsor me the entry for Brands Hatch in, it was about 3 weekends time?
Yeah, it's really not long.
It's not far. If there's anyone who'd like to sponsor me an entry and have the company name on the side of the bike here, I'd really like that. I'm planning to do Donny to the last one, but I physically cannot afford to do the next one at Brands Hatch. But if there's anyone who would like to sponsor me, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, massive thank you to Will for lending me this lovely machine. This is a 300, but guys, don't forget, against the 400. So I'm a little disadvantaged, but she's done well. Massive thank you to my members, guys. If any of you out there have not hit that subscribe button already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up from me and Alfie before the boys come past. Bye-bye!